back again. So, who's awake in the world? 11 o'clock overseas. Wait for a few people to get on. I was talking to the lovely Kimberly earlier, and I was meditating on a few of my downloads. So, depending on where you are in the world, who's at work, who's not, otherwise you'll have to watch this video in the morning. It's very inconvenient that I get these downloads at this hour, but hey, such is life. If I don't relay the message, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep, and that's going to be incredibly frustrating. So how is everyone's energy going? Now that Jupiter's gone direct. Hello, how are we? Where has your frustration level been at? Hi, Dolly. How are you doing? So how have the synchronicities been going? How have the downloads been on your side? It has been pretty heavy the last few days. Hi, Bob. Yeah, Richter scale of 1 to 10. Let's give it a high five. This is the funny thing. We literally will sit here and say, TF's not real. And then we're looking at the numbers and, and then we're looking at the synchronicities and the connection. And then we're looking at the 3D and we're going, yeah, like, okay, yes. And again, the direct energy, Jupiter direct, is really knocking our ego, but we're 3D, 5D, 3D, 5D. So the catch-up factor on that is problematic. Yeah. And we're like, it's fake. No, it's real. Okay, the crazy thing feels when you intuitively are grounded, you're feeling quite grounded. And you've got to think back to the process of your sanity levels and, how your journey went. And a lot of us are processing at a very, very heavy level at the moment. Yeah, so I was meditating on this earlier with one of my friends, Kim, and we were talking about the fact that looking at the 3D situation of the direct situation, it looks bleak. I mean, we're looking at it, and that's us assessing our personal lives, and we're going, yeah, no. You got to remember, though, coming into this energy, we're breaking down old paradigms. Now, the synchronicities are relevant. The connection spiritually is relevant. Then the time frame plus the stark reality of the journey, depending on how long you've been in the journey, what's transpired, etc. And then we're brought to this matter where we're supposed to be incredibly Buddhist monk, spiritual. Let's keep our shit together, keep our vibration high, and all that. At times we do need to be real as well, and that's okay. It's okay to say, okay, the kettle is looking black at the moment. We're just looking at it. It's looking black at the moment, and you're going to have that purging time, and you're looking and going, but the kettle's fucking black. Like, it's looking pretty black. It's very hard to manifest at that frequency, and that's okay too. I mean, we're not perfect. Yeah, so a lot of throat chakra has been coming up, and for me, I don't really say a lot about my journey, but I can be very honest. You never really have an opportunity to completely close chapters, and that's quite problematic. So my throat chakra at times has been, be Buddhist monk, be nice. And look, we all do this. And that's natural as well. And then there's the old techniques. And that's why I said that, we need to form some techniques of actually being able to express our truth. Because if it's, yes, okay, we need to get our frequency correct. But maybe we need to set aside a time where we're going to call it Manifestation Monday. But we're going to have a bitch fest first, and then we can just move that to the side, and then we're going to have our manifestation, where we're going to go, okay, we've spewed that crap out. We're going to move that to the side. That's going to be the healing folder. And then we can jump back and we can go Manifestation Monday. Okay, now what are we aiming for this week? What are we going to do? And how are we going to, move forward? So it's going to be a healthy 1 week purge where we can get on and we can maybe say one thing that wraps us, not the whole story of our life, just one. Just grace ourselves with one comment of one frustration in that week or one frustration at that moment, and we can state it and release it. And it's not to say it's going to be perfect, but it might give us a voice where we can actually verbalize how we're directly feeling, and it can be our little let's throw that away bucket. So we can call it that, yeah, okay, we're buckling down, we're doing the work, and that's our retrograde bucket of let's just dump that in that pile so that we can verbalize it and move forward. Trust me, I do get what you're feeling, is that sometimes you're like this whole zip that feminines have, where we're getting to that point where, sacral chakra, you're probably picking up on your masculine's energy. That's another thing. A lot of us at the moment are like trying to be, yep, let's keep our vibration high. It's a lot of pressure, okay? Yes, it's relevant, but it's also, it's like swimming in choppy water and saying, stay buoyant. Just stay up, okay? Don't get any salt water in your mouth, because you have to be buoyant. I mean, yes and no. Okay, that's just my opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Don't bite me. We're in retrograde and we can take things, misinterpreted at the moment. So feminines at the moment are, the reason our frequency is getting semi-blocked is because number one, we're not verbalizing how we feel. Number two is, yes, okay, we have unconditional love. That's where we got ourselves, is because we have unconditional love. It's never we haven't. Yes, at times we're being triggered. We're human and we say things we don't mean, but we're human. But, to constantly have that pressure, that again is old paradigms, okay? No, but you have to purge it too. You can't actually get rid of it if you don't have a vice to get rid of it. So it's not healthy, and that is still an aspect of sweeping shit under the carpet. So, if you can't find a technique, for those of you who can't, we can do that, and we can put that in a folder, and I can then close it off like it's a sealed deal and it's gone, and then we can jump over and we can have Manifestation Monday. Because if we can't learn to verbalize just our truth, be it to ourselves on a piece of paper, and get it out, it's as good as sweeping it under the carpet, because the purging directly is connected to bring it up, bring it out, letting it go. But we've had too many old ways of doing things, which has been, and I put a post on my Facebook today, and it was number one rule, don't buy a carpet. Number two, if you have a carpet, roll it up and get rid of it, because then you have no excuse to sweep things under the carpet. So I think we need I've done that 3 times now. Manifestation Monday. So I will try and do that, where we can do that, even if it's just a quick half an hour. We can, okay, what are our hopes for this week? And we're going to focus on that. And then any dumping junk, we're going to call it the junk box, and we're going to dump it in that box, and then I'm going to seal it so no one can see it after we've had our spew fest, and we can have our bitch for the week, and then we let it go, and we're then to focus on, our energy field of what we're wanting to move towards. So, and that's anyone, twin flames, anyone who wants to have that kind of healing kind of experience. I think that's incredibly necessary. Now, some of the blocks that some of you have been having, which I've been getting downloads of, is you're looking at the situation, and some of you could have been on the journey 20 years, some of you could have been on the journey 10 years, and it's almost like you're directly looking at it going, if this shit's not real, what the hell have I been doing with my life? Like, it can't be. Like, how can that be so? And it's not really that how do I put it? You're seeing the synchronicities, okay? So yes, tick. You intuitively have that connection in there. 16 going on 17. Tick, right? Directly speaking, theoretically, twin, you were born a twin. So it's not a time frame. It's been since birth. It's just it transpired at a certain time when you met that person. It was sort of like the ignition button was turned on. So theoretically, we can state 2 years, 3 years, 11 years, 16 years. No, you picked a jerky ride for a road because you've chosen this, and it's divinely guided in the sense that it's for a reason. And I did hear someone say something the other day, and I do recall actually having a few dreams, which that's another video. I'll leave that aside, and that's connected to some premonitions of perhaps reasons why this is so important, but I'll leave that for later. So you've got the synchronicities, but ultimately speaking, regardless of the time frame, you were born a twin, and this was part of your destiny. This is part of what it is. For feminines, when you guys saw the synchronicities, we're all grabbing onto these videos and going, they haven't woken up yet. Okay, let's just rewind. When you met your twin, the connection was there. It doesn't matter whether they are or aren't awake. The connection was there. Now, when we're getting blocked in the 3D, we're not seeing this, so we don't believe it. Yet spiritually speaking, we believe in a higher being. We know that's there. Away from union, you believed in the connection, no questions asked, okay? So all of a sudden, because of retrograde, your emotions, the frustration of the journey, you're going, God, give me the strength. Like, just why are we doing this, okay? So, yeah, I will. So this round and round and round is like getting you guys to the point where you're going, are you serious? Some of that energy, when you think of the ideas that are popping into your head, being empaths, we can spiritually pick up on anyone, but the highest ratio is unfortunately directly connected to your twin. If you visually are seeing your twin, you do not know what is going on inside them. Telepathically, vibrationally, 3D, do not trust that. Don't trust the 3D right now. And why I'm saying that is because it is blocking you hearing your higher self. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a trigger point. Again, it is divinely guided, but when it's too hard, tune out. Look, honestly, my energy where I am, 90% of the time I have been incredibly fine. I am investing in myself. I am spiritually grounded. I have absolutely no expectations. But the trigger points and the anxiety connected to it has been horrendous. It's been like, are you joking? This directly is not my energy. And it's very uncomfortable. It's very frustrating because I think, can you just kind of like, please just lift up a bit so I can have a bit of a break here? So it isn't your energy. It is really that energy of your twin. So many times you've got to think back to where you were ages ago, be it they're in a situation, karmic, be it they're in a blocked situation. I'm seeing them dealing with family related dynamics. Now, I can see a lot of processing of their children, their childhood, their parent figures, their emotions. That has been really problematic and a very, very, very heavy energy that they have spent a great deal of time avoiding. Now, a couple of the downloads I've been getting have been the emotions going up and down, and the throat chakra is throat chakra, but it's almost panic attacks, like they're feeling compressed and really squashed. Now, today I did get a few downloads, and the other video has a song on it. You need to listen to it because there's directly a message inside that song. Now, I started seeing horses everywhere, and in it, there's two meanings to horses. Now, I saw a white horse today and a brown horse, and then I kept seeing horses all day. White, 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 brown, brown, brown. And I'm like, okay. But the horses that I saw today, their heads were latched around like swans. And I went, first thing I thought, twin, okay, well, this is strange. You know, two different colours, yin and yang. Went and Googled it, and it is connected to masculine energy. And the first song that popped into my head was All the White Horses, because the white horse was looking at me and stood right out. And when you look at it, it does have a direct meaning. Now, it talks about two aspects of the energy. Now, that card where the woman is in a cobweb and she's stuck, yet theoretically, it's mind manipulation where a person, or we as people, can feel that we're trapped. Yet it's fear-based energy that blocks us spiritually, not 3D related situations that block. At this point in time, their fears are directly blocking them. So it's making it very hard for them in their given 3D situation, because they've done this for a while and they've sort of got themselves in a pickle. And in this situation of being in a pickle, they're getting to the point where they're going, I'm trapped. I'm literally trapped. Now, the meaning inside the totem is connected to two things. It is a free-spirited animal, or it is to a point where its spirit is trapped and it's confined. Okay, so them feeling that, it's they're being spiritually trapped, so to speak. They feel so. But then when you look at our situation of what we're feeling, for a few weeks now, I think, and I've expressed this to certain readers as well, to feel as though you're in the world, not of the world. It's almost like we feel we're in the dome, because so many things just feel a bit surreal right now, very unusual, very not... it's almost like your senses feel off. They're really feeling off and very odd at the moment. So sometimes you might be in a moment where you're like, oh, I feel home, you know, I feel quite normal today. This is really nice. And then all of a sudden you'll be getting into an energy frequency. You're feeling like, am I ever going to get my shit together where I feel like I'm okay today? It's because there's so much changing. Illusions and delusions are part of it. And we're feeling so stuck. Remember, we're in retrograde. You're gonna feel stuck. We're meant to. This is what pushes us to see things. This is what pushes us to make decisions. This is what tests our faith. This is everything of what it's supposed to do. Yes, and some of it, if their memories connected to TF, they're going through it at the same time. Now, another download I had was when I had spoken to somebody, and after I got off Skype, I had a download connected to their twin. And I saw not only their twin, but a bunch of twins in a room laughing. Now, masculines I'm talking. What I was being shown is what we're seeing on the 3D is like a big wall, right? The block. And it's like they have this aha moment. It's like they're keeping busy. I literally saw masculine energies keeping busy, working, dealing with something, having things that are happening to them that are sidetracked. And then they start laughing. And when they were laughing, in this vision I had, it was like they went, read horse totem, okay? It's synchronistic that I had all these downloads in one day, that it's like they realize that what has happened in their life, they've actually manifested. Because they asked universe to give this to them because they did not want to use their power. Hello, Jane. So they start laughing because they realize it was what they wanted. So it's like they made something happen, and then they felt they were in a pickle, and then they went, But the other tower moment that happened, I wanted to happen, and now I'm acting like it's terrible. And then they start laughing. They're like, but I didn't want to make that happen, but I wanted it to happen, and now it has. It's like I'm in it, and it's like they're trying to hold on to the old energy. And it's like I see them in this room and they're holding on to it, and then it's just like bang. And then suddenly it's like a 2-second flip around, and they're finding it funny. And then they're like having this realization, oh my God, I've just actually manifested what I spiritually wanted in my life. Like, and it's like that. So the theory of awakening, a lot of us are going, they're not seeing the numbers. Are they having the dreams? It doesn't matter. Divine Feminine was the chaser. You were the only one that needed to see the numbers. You needed something to make you keep going. Okay? So why do they need to see the numbers? Unless they turn into the chaser and we just keep recreating this chocolate cake of a bad recipe, why would they need to see the numbers? I'm just asking. They may, and it's not to say they're not going to, but the relevance of them was more prominent for feminines than masculines. Does that make sense? Then maybe you're the masculine. Another thing I've noticed, when I was doing the extended readings for masculine, the readings are very much starting to mirror the feminine. So the merging of energies and, how do I put it? Not just the mirroring, but the aspect of it mirroring each other, where we're looking at them, they're looking at us, but we are them because we hold masculine and feminine energy. It's like time and energy is warping. So things are becoming quite blurred to us in a sense of what's real, what's not. Again, we need to get grounded, and it's hard to during this retrograde because we are going through all these ascension symptoms, plus we're purging, we feel like we're in a vice, and then we're having these downloads, and we're also processing at a very heavy level. Really shitty time to be doing that, but it is what it is. It's divinely guided. So just concern between ground yourself at the moment, ride the storm out. Because some of it is it's timing, we are not going to know. There are pockets of time. There are readings you can have where we can, transfer in and see what that person physically at a 3D level is doing, what they're feeling, how their emotions are. Hurdles, so to speak, of what we can kind of tune into and allow you to understand. But it is divinely guided. But to keep you sane, try not to get caught up on the, has he seen the numbers? Has she seen the numbers? Do you know what I'm saying? But 3D wise, they are quite trapped at the moment, but it is a mental blockage. It is a mental block where they're feeling the whole world's coming down. They're already awake. They're already awake. It's got nothing to do with them not being awake. It's like we're trying to find, and this is what we are asked to remove ourselves from. Old paradigms, old mindsets, old ways of doing things. In a manifestation level, when you manifest something, if you release it, it comes through. During a retrograde, it's pretty bloody hard to manifest because we're feeling like that vice, right? They are, but it's not important. We're looking at, we're looking at the numbers going, have they seen the numbers? You met your twin. They kept coming back to you. The numbers weren't necessary. Were the numbers necessary? Because they see the numbers, does that mean suddenly they're awake and everything's going to be a perfect bliss? Probably not. But it does mean that, yes, I do feel they are. But you don't need that. I need proof that my twin's seeing numbers. That's going to make everything perfect. I need proof my twin's awake. That's going to mean we're on the road. You've been on the road the whole time. It's not going to change anything. If anything, it's just going to give you more things to decipher in this Morse code land. You're going to know your twin by tuning into it. Obviously, go from each channel of what you feel spiritually is going to aid you through it. But right now, today, the download I had was mentally, they are feeling directly blocked, and it is a very heavy purge for them right now, to the point they physically think the whole world's coming down. Yeah. I'm at the stage where I'm no longer concerned about the twin. Yes, Laurie, but some of that dirt box of your own that you're dealing with, regardless of whether you are tuned into your twin or not, you're still going to receive their energy. And depending on the type of twin you have, what sort of life they've lived can be the, how much they've blocked their way of being. Many of the masculines would have had pretty much, not every masculine's blocked. I mean, some people are, more spiritual, and that's an advantage, but a lot of the masculines, especially connected to society, has made them extremely blocked from feeling that they can spiritually be connected to their feelings, or be in a way different to what society states they should be. It's the same burdens as feminines. Yeah. And we are masculine energy. So sometimes when we're avoiding that aspect of it, it's not we're trying to manifest the person and when you release. Ultimately, you would hope that they're fine, but you are masculine. You are masculine and feminine. And that's why now, because it's now blurring and merging, some of the readings on the feminine and masculine side are starting to really look like each other. Many of the masculines are going through a lot of emotions connected to childhood. A lot of emotions. They're actually having tower moments right now, and that's collectively speaking, and there's more to come. So your waves of emotions, depending on what you're doing in your life, you're going to pick up on the energy. It's probably safer right now not to communicate with them. If they choose not to, don't take it personal. Write it out. But yeah, you're going to have to go with the wave of it. But yes, they are very triggered. There may be some of you that do end up reaching contact. Hi, Jim. Where you need to work with them, and that can really trigger you because you'll be gauging whether it is or isn't safe. Again, book a reading, and I can give you a hand with it if you need to get grounded. Look, I get downloads daily. Okay, another thing people are actually tuning into is this ever going to happen? Is it another lifetime? I just don't feel for many of you that it's not. Like, the energy is far too heavy. And you've got to remember back to when you saw the synchronicities. Theoretically, we could say, hey, that was 2-3 years ago. So theoretically, masculine's going to take 2-3 years. With how squashy that energy is, hey, hardly. How? I mean, that's like putting a tomato in a blitzer. That's pretty heavy energy. Now, we didn't experience that energy back when we started seeing the synchronicities this heavy. This is pretty heavy. We've had heavy, but this is really heavy. Sorry. It feels like a flash. So when you're having a download, it'll be a synchronicity, a random synchronicity ongoing. Sometimes I visually see it like a projector. Sometimes it comes through my dream state. And repetitious songs, or a song that really sticks out hard. And so the song on the other video has a message for twin flames in it. It's quite gut-wrenching, really. Purging and detox. Yeah, lovely, eh? Living the dream. Is it a good time to meet your twin? Do you know your twin already? There's possibilities because Jupiter's gone direct. So yes. It's not gut-wrenching. It's more depending on how long you're on the journey and you're looking at go, oh, God. There's actually a song that has 111 in it. It's a country and western song. I'll have to share it. I was like, oh. September, October, maybe, Sarah. You're supposed to work on your passion. What's that? I'm happy for you, Sunflower Girl. I had been fine. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me. Oh, God. Yeah, that part I got past. You have moments, though. You have moments where you're looking at it like... squashy. Family related, like... You sort of look at it and understand that people love you and care for you and act in the way they knew best. You kind of do release that. Ascension symptoms, Chris. Where are you getting triggers? I mean, you'll get triggers in different areas. Your headache's your third eye, okay? Nausea, again, depending on the type of twin you got, you'll have different trigger points, especially connected to you. I'm feeling at the moment a lot of base chakra and sacral chakra, but again, we've got throat chakra going on, so I think all of them are going to need constantly balancing at the moment because we're going to have different ones working overtime to deal, and then other times we'll have other ones that are, you know, shooting correctly, but the other ones are going to knock out, and that's because we're going through the lots of water. The throat chakra you'll find as well is going to require that because the your crown's opening. You'll have your good and your bad days. Check your body. You know, be mindful of your body daily. Do your meditation. I mean, I need to go back into that again, you know. I've started meditating. And you know, you tend to you hear your intuition more so when you block out all the white noise, and then you can get grounded. It does help. It's on the other video, Danielle. I did a quick promo saying I was going to come on live. I've actually connected the link on there. Yeah, I think it's necessary. I think we need to do that. Good old Manifestation Monday. The nausea has been on and off. Again, it is Ascension-related symptoms. Some people might even start feeling like they're pregnant accidentally, but not. It's just, you know, the bloating, the nausea. You can be getting headaches. What else? Headaches, throat aches, sensitive to light. Lots of things, really, yeah. Ringing in the ears, which mine is driving me crazy. It's like, hurry up already. Ascension symptoms, write it out. But look, if you're concerned, go to the doctors. Some of the planets being retrograde can actually show things that have been hidden. Can be Ascension. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, girl, you've been letting yourself go. That's what I was saying to myself in the mirror. And then the next 2 days, it was like I was back to normal. I was going, okay, then whatever. Yeah, no. Yeah. I was like, drink herbal teas and fluids, get walking again. I walk. I eat vegetarian 90% of the time. I had to take an iron tablet. My colour went out of my face. That's another thing. You know, with Ascension, you can lose your colour. It's like you're losing blood, but you're not. I think that is connected to your solar plexus or sacral chakra. Google it. I'm still doing the information on the website. Yes, all us empaths will have that. Very common. Pretty sure it's sacral chakra. Yeah. Sinuses. Anything else I've picked up on? Let me think. 444-414-711-911. Yeah, crazy numbers. Butterfly for transformation. Been seeing lots of them. Yes, certain chakras, which sacral chakra I think is directly connected to Leo, like the lion. So Lionsgate portal, divine feminine. Yeah, butterflies. Oh, ladybugs have started coming through now. Lots of ladybugs. Ladybugs, caterpillars, and butterflies. Animals have been acting very strange as well. So if your animal's acting a bit loco, yeah, it's already gearing up. Now, you know, birds are very sensitive to eclipses. So if you do have birds, be mindful around that time. It can actually really agitate them. So just be mindful of that. Yeah, change in direction. Dragonfly. Can mean a few things. Lots of transformations, though. Yeah. It's like, we should call it conversations with universe. What day should that be? Tuesday? We'll have to have a chit chat of conversations of universe. What totem did we say? Spot a totem. That should be on Saturday. Spot a totem. Yeah, they have been acting very strange. So, you know, if they may be highly more energetic and then very, very tired. Manifestation of money, honey, and procreation for rabbits. Yeah, my cat's driving me crazy. She actually is really rude to me. She tells me now. She doesn't like, she demands towards me. But yeah, very, she was actually quite aggressive last night, and she's like a meat cat. And she belted well, not my neighbour's cat, a stray cat. And that's not my cat, and she's half the size of that cat. So it was like, wow, okay. I was like feeling I had to rescue the bloody cat. No, she whooped him. You will notice people's behaviour start changing. That's really going to start coming through, where people are going to become quite agitated and aggressive. So pay attention to your surroundings. People are going to get quite aggressive. Yeah, birds, my sister had that the other day. Birds just randomly, and pigeons are known for that, you know. So birds do not cope with these eclipses. It does make them funny. And I started mentioning that in one of the videos the other day, but then I went off track. And I think that was the Lionsgate portal. They've done, like, in research, they haven't really made any direct connections to it directly affecting humans. Yet when you look at it, the ocean and the tides directly can change feminine cycles. It helps plants grow. So I find it really bizarre that they haven't put a direct link, but they have with particular species. So let's just go through it. Yeah, but we do. We do have, September might be a bit lighter. But then we've got Venus retrograde. It's like, yeah, just throw it to us. Mate, we are going to be beyond divine feminines and masculines at the end of this lifetime, I tell you, because if this year doesn't kill us, I don't know what will. I need to make videos connected to that. So on the other video, if you want to, or if you want to email me, write down a trigger you've had, just in very simple layman's terms, and I can break it down for you, because I was going, okay, now my cycle of my life with the trigger, and the triggers are not just going to come from twin, but yeah, they're going to be the nice triggers, I can tell you. It can be connected to other females. It could be connected to control and not being able to say no. So yeah, there's many. We can hope. Really, Queen of Cups? Yeah, I know. It's like, really? Don't mess with us, we're in a retrograde. Thank you, Giggle. Yeah, but feel free, like, if you guys have a list or an idea of maybe videos, I can't promise you I'm going to jump on it right away, because I have hundreds of videos I'm attempting to do. I'm attempting to add the chakra connection to the website, and linking in products and linking in videos for recipes, so that when we want a quick go-to smoothie, or, you know, what we need to do, be it of an exercise technique or sounds, you know, we can do that anytime, Sarah. But yeah, if you have an idea or something you want me to tune into to make videos, I'm happy to do that. Just chuck me an email, I'll write it down, and hi Luciana, and we can get that done. But many of you are getting to a point where you're at that T section in the road. You're like, okay, left or right, and you're like, and some of you had decided to just go a certain way, get spiritually, you know, all of a sudden you're getting all these triggers. So it just depends on what bracket you're in. Luciana, you have a glow. I'll leave it at that. She's like, really? I know. She's an angel. She's my sister from another mother. Yes, I like the photo you had today. I was looking at it going, oh, she's glowing. You want to do a live with me? She'd be like... You want me to talk about my past experience? Oh, God. Really? What part? The bad, and the ugly, or if you only knew. I generally am quite selective about what I say. I don't mind certain things sharing them, but I'm very cautious about that for the respect to their family, his family. Where I am now, I'm in divine feminine mode, working on my dirt. I think I called it the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, with the old carpet that I had to throw out, you know, to stop sweeping it under the carpet and trying to rebuild your core self. I've been in union, or reunion, and out of it, reunion, and out of it, reunion, and now I'm like, peace, mate. Like, I'm getting my life together. And this did happen around the time of March, when a lot of them went into karmic relationships and breakdown due to external situations. We're not immune to it. We're readers. We're not immune to it. Good old retrograde. Yeah, I'm a Libran with Cancer moon rising. He's a Cancer with Libra moon. Yeah. Yeah, so again, retrograde. Good old retrograde. And I have moments in my life I'm very grateful. And I don't think any of the purging is just one area. I think a lot of the feminines will be dealing with lots of areas. You know, it's like, and when you look at it, there is 3 stages of connection. Now, it's not how many times you get into it. There's 3 defining stages prior to potential of union. And that very much is where you're no longer chasing, you're like, no, and that comes naturally. That is a physical, natural, like, no more, cannot do that. But it could do a 360 where you start running. It could, depending on where you are. I have my days sometimes. I'm like, yes. You have a great day. Yeah. You are a Scorpio with my Venus house is Scorpio. Yeah, that's going to be interesting in the retrograde with Venus. Ugh. I'm going to be finding a bunker with Stella. And that's with anyone you're in a romantic relationship with, like. So remember, some of it we need to look at where we physically feel trapped, because ultimately speaking, we are masculine energy. So, you know, where does that sit right in our life? Where are we feeling spiritually that we're feeling trapped? Where are we feeling that we are looking at something and thinking, because we are theoretically looking at it from a 3D perspective, there is no potential, because we are blocking that, because we're visually assessing and judging the dynamic. It can be some of us are actually putting a time frame on it, an expectation due to the extent of the journey or what has transpired. Many of you might even be getting angry, connected to where was the conversational communication with what again. But it's going to go up and down. You know, I'm not saying you're going to have that energy all the time, but some of you are going to be getting into that where you're going to be feeling that. Should I pull some cards while I'm here? Might as well. 47. I'll make a short video. How you doing anyway, Laurie? Are you good, lady? That's another thing I noticed. I forgot to mention. Lucky I started getting the cards ready. Okay, I did a few readings today until I had a few emergencies today, and I noticed in the readings they're coming through very differently. Now, cards already fallen out. In the readings, what I'm noticing is a lot of it, when I do the 3 rows, is coming out where both you and masculine are directly looking at the connection. That is the very first card that's coming out. It was really strange in these readings I did today. The first energy is coming out where they're very much totally focusing on it, you, the connection, what their intent, the higher intent is. In the higher realm of the 5D, right? The most pure potential of what they want. And they're very positive cards. And this was even on the feminine side. Both sides mirrored. It was really strange. The next card was the blocks or the fears of what they think you're doing. And the weird thing was what you were doing. Those of you who were more in your power and you're working on you, you're like, I'm just finding balance. And that was really what was coming through. on their side was direct concern, blocks, again, the cobweb being stuck up in their heads. The next card was the past, which is strange. It's almost like we're in the moment of the highest potential. It was like time was going backwards. It was so strange because the outcome card was all about the past. Yet that is a lot of where people are at spiritually, where the higher self is what you're coming in the reading with, which theoretically is the past, but we've got it swapped, okay? But it wasn't feeling negative. The energy was more feeling. Their higher self is telling them this is what they see and they believe that is an aspect of the truth. The middle part was their fear directly was connected to, gee, everything's going to turn to shit because I've made an absolute mess of this. And the last card was them thinking on the past of where the error went wrong. And it was like the error and the solution and their feelings of what they could have done. So it was happening on both feminine and masculine side through this reading. And that made me think back to the other readings I did for the masculines, both on YouTube and on the website. And a lot of them were actually looking like the feminines readings, which was strange. Even by the time I got to the Libra one, I was like, hang on a minute, this is really strange, but I just went with it. Hello. Hi, England. Okay. What's going on with masculines? How are you anyway, Sarah? What's new? I don't know about another lifetime. A bit too heavy for another lifetime, I'd say. Oh God, really? I was like, I hate this energy. This has been a hard life. I mean, yes, like I said to you guys, there are people out there that have it worse. But what a shitty road. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm a very positive person, and I know I'm more. And I was saying to Kim today, I said, look, I'm Libran, ultimately speaking. If we have a house, it can be an absolute dog box, and we'll make shit look like gold. That's the way we are. We can see the light at the end of that tunnel and realize it's beautiful. But we're human too, okay? So at the end of the day, we can also call the kettle black and it's, the bottom of it's burnt, so it's black, okay? But shit does shine too, but that's if you had oily food, okay? It's different, okay? Come on, seriously. Derry, work with me here. Yeah, unless it's got Homer Simpson connected to it. I'm just saying, hi, Wyoming. Yeah, we'll have to have a comedy day as well. So we're going to have Manifestation Monday. And we're going to have, I don't know, we'll have to have a joke day as well. Oh, okay. Let me have a look at what's going on. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. Let me tune into it first, and then I'll give you the dirt. Okay, do listen to that song though, because there will be something that is going to help. It'll either assist for memories, or there is a song on the other intro video I did saying I was going to come live. I've put underneath the comment, I've put a song. Dish the dirt. On what part? What dirt? Yeah. Go to the top of the video or the start of the video. Yeah, well, I was talking to Kim about that earlier. And it was like, how did I put it? I can't remember now. Mustn't have been important. Now, Change of plans. The crowning energy of what masculine's wanting is a change of plans. Because they're feeling they're having pretty shitty luck. Join the club, masculine. Pretty shitty luck. Now, let's see if it's going to go out the same way on both sides. I should be a rake by now then. There's plenty that shouldn't be there. Internally and externally. God, I could do with a cigarette right now. Shh. Oh, feminines, you guys are feeling it. Well, I should know I'm one. It's been a shit show, hasn't it? Okay, so masculines are feeling as though no matter what they do, they're feeling they're blocked. Now, this is connected to love. It's a number 6, romance, love. They're feeling blocked. They're feeling that no matter what they do, either way, left or right, there's going to be a no-win situation. They feel they've been around the block and they've really neglected certain aspects of life, and it's looking like it's an epic fail. And they're like, they sort of knew it was going to happen, but it's like, maybe that's why I saw Simpsons before, Homer Simpson. It's like, though, like, I keep doing this and I keep getting the same thing. And it's like I was saying earlier, we can say that, you know, we have tried other things. And many of us will say, no matter what we do, you know, there's going to be these lessons and they keep happening. And it's like, you know, it's especially for feminines, you'll look at your family and you're like, closed doors, you know, problematic at times. You'll look at your jobs and, you know, working and you're really trying, and you might even excel at the industry, but other people may get triggered by your light or your energy, and then shit goes down. And then you can have issues with your masculine and then with other relationships. So after a while, you sort of like, does the universe hate me? Does the universe hate me? And I mean, it's hard not to think that, but after a while, you're like, it's fucked. But they're feeling the same way because it's their turn now, okay? So they're like, we have spent a lifetime as feminines cleaning up other people's shit, picking our own up, creating our own, and then going, yeah, we shouldn't have done that because we knew better. But now it's their turn. Now they're going, I need to take a change of plans in my life. I might be delaying this, but I've manifested it. And it's going to happen, because if I'm not putting positive out, I'm going to get negative. If I'm sending negative out, I'm going to get negative back. If I'm sending positive, and trust me, they're human too. It's like we get the same thing. So when we are at balance, it's not to say everything's going to be perfect. It's not. But we have been cleaning up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have worked as a commercial cleaner and I don't have an issue with that. I worked in the nursing care industry for many years. But in life, I spent many times tolerating being under what people thought I physically was. They can go fuck themselves. And it's like you outgrow it because it's just no more. You just can't. And it doesn't bother me anymore. It's more the fact that some elements we might have kind of tolerated a little bit too long because we were strong enough to deal with it. So, you know, I did come from a half-caste family. So I'm not coloured, but I come from a half-caste family. So my mother's Christian, my father's Muslim. That's a pretty jerky place to be, but they never, ever penalised me, and I'm very grateful for it. So it grew me, but if I didn't look like I was that perfect person in the family, I was a naughty English girl. Yet I was an absolute princess, trust me, in that domain. But it was problematic, you know, so it does become hard. So masculines at the moment are feeling they're having pretty shitty luck. Feminines, due to this change of plans, you're going to have to make a very swift decision. It's making you restless. You can feel something coming. You don't know what it is. It's making you feel very uneasy. You feel the absolute sheer pressure of having to make you're feeling something coming. It's panicking you. And you're like, I don't know if I've purged enough. I don't know if I want you to knock on my door. I don't know if I could do Groundhog Day again. Okay? You don't want to do Groundhog Day again. You're open for communication, but you're not going to do Groundhog Day again because you just don't want to go there. Because of this indecision, some of you, it's actually blocking it, but that's okay because you need to have that time to heal. You've got to have that time to heal, or you're going to be a pasta bowl with rice pudding all mushed in. It's just not going to gel, okay? Unless, of course, I mean, hey, we go the whole steak and waffles and maple syrup. I mean, so it's potential, but I mean, spaghetti and rice pudding. I'm just saying. I love watching people talk. It's interesting. Okay, so they're stuck. They're letting go, but they are stuck. So they're seeing that this is divinely guided. They are seeing, oh yeah, true. They're seeing that they have to go with the flow, that everything is out of their control. Yeah, there's delays. Yeah, there's a change of plans. Yes, they've got shitty luck. They've got to let go. They've got to let go of the control-related issues in the same old cycle. Because they've been handling too many hands and too many pies, and it's getting them in trouble. This can be working, karmics, various scenarios. They thought that they knew this well, but they've recreated it. There is a lot of gossip connected to what's going on. And they're having to really hold tight on their finances. So the tower's coming down. Now, you guys, you're indecisive. You're not really knowing what to do. It's making you worried. Some of you, you are thinking about, and this came through in all of the readings today. Now, I'm feeling this energy to be certain things for different groups. You're thinking back to the times you were not dined, you were not wined, you did not have birthday presents, you didn't have Christmas presents, you didn't have photos with your twin, you didn't have holidays with your twin, you don't have a photo album with your twin, you didn't have your twin's baby, you didn't get married to your twin. It's like all this shit is going through your head and you're like, so what? Yeah. Okay. And for others of you, it's why do you keep picking other people? I'm friggin' why you keep picking another person, you keep going to another karmic, and I'm not doing the circle. So this can be various things. It can even be them being in a life and totally not being there for you at all. And you're going, why have I spent this lifetime on this shit? It's causing internal conflict. You're feeling like a rat in the cage, but you're processing. You're wanting to have that aspect of your innocence back, your spiritual innocence to the point where you can just be. And I mean, I was eating crackers the other day and I was in that moment. It was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm normal again. And it's not the crackers. It was, I just felt like I was having a natural human moment without shit up in the head. Okay. So try and be gentle with yourself. Some of you may be meeting people. Some of you might be ready to move out of the TF journey and be in a soulmate connection. Some of you, you may be. Be careful not to lie to yourself though, okay? And I'm going to pull a clarifier on this because that makes me worried. It's like you're getting on the ship and you're getting ready to sail and then motherfucker turns up. You're like, are you serious? Trying to live my life. Oh, look, I've I've been gardening. I am happy with my life. The purging from my lifetime has been problematic. So for me, spiritually, it's about my life. It's not just one thing. And I would not be surprised if many of you, depending on how far you are into your life, you know, and what you've learned, you'll find it's a lot of things. It's not one thing. It is, your spiritual growth is about you. The card in between is the Lionsgate portal. Okay, something's going to happen. There may be communication during that time. Okay. They're realizing that they're not with their twin. They're also realizing that they need to go with the flow. And they weren't letting it. And they're realizing that they have been working at a lower frequency, and it's not even a manifestation. It's like, how do I put it? They're not creating from a higher frequency, so they keep getting the same situation. Now, connected to strength, there may be communication or gossip you hear around that time. For you guys, it can be that you're really trying to get very grounded, working in your garden. You know, creating your life, you know, creating your abundance, getting connected with people. There's a unicorn here. There's a gate. And again, horses, right? Again, you might be getting nostalgic. You also may be seeing all these synchronicities and connections. It's like you're quite happy in your life. But your chakras need aligning because they're in reverse. We're all over the shop, feminines. So sexual freedom, some of you may not even feel like being intimate. Yeah, I've been saying heaps of unicorns. Some of you might just be thinking, you know what? No. My name is no. My number's no. It's no. Cool. Snakes. Yeah, they are seeing them, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, don't stress. It was my twin's birthday the other day. I'm like, great. Yeah, happy birthday. What else? Any questions? Oh, the joys of purging. I have been doing gardening for a week. It's like, it was going to be challenging for me because after 16 years, it's strange. Like I do have support. What's going on with my twin? Oh God. What is in me? We're not in connection. They are with a karmic. But I think more when you've been on the journey a long time, yeah, cougars, pelicans, and lions. Yeah, I agree. When you've been on the journey a long time, I had a set wish list, and it was like, look, I started getting superstitious. We need to have a photo together. You know, you have these ideas. So I was able to spend, you know, a birthday with him, which I'm very grateful for. I had my birthday. It was like a lifetime compressed into a very short time, but then with all the hopes and dreams and sort of promises that they had given, like that was gone, and it was like, what just happened? So it was very unexpected. But it's the way it goes. It's part of the journey. So it's actually, it has aided me because I've had to do a lot of healing, but the healing has been connected to, oh God, many relationships, connections from childhood, connections from jobs, friendships, betrayals from friendships through the time, your connection to cash, where you are looking for more a spiritual life, not so much I want to do the grind, and just, it's like you're not wanting to make sandcastles in the sky anymore. It's more about, obviously, we're all on this twin flame journey. So to help and get us through this is crucial, and we all are one. So it's more become that. But I mean, yeah, that's where it's at. So I get the purging connected to my twin. He's had a very hard life. So no matter what journey I go on, I'm still going to receive that energy. So it has been problematic because he has had a really shitty life. So when he goes down, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I feel very blessed. I mean, I have a lovely home. I've had many years being a single parent and, raising my daughter. She's now living with her dad. So I've had mass changes. I've literally had, I had a breakdown of a marriage, had a breakdown of my twin connection, again. My daughter left, just so many things, dynamics with family from Christmas. And I was like, really? So it's, the balancing has been difficult, but it's showed me that there was a lot I needed to deal with. So, I have my good days, and then I have other days I'm dealing with it and I'm pulling it out and going, and then other days I'm laughing about it. It's like, oh, thank God that's over. Now I can keep going. Yeah, but you don't have that choice in life. You do have to keep going. I do put my feet up and chill. Yeah, so you do have your crappy days, but again, it's part of the journey. And I mean, anytime I get into a relationship, bloody masculine. Yeah, I'll be like, are you serious? When do you know something difficult should you contact? I have been very reluctant, although there has been in the last few weeks energy where I felt perhaps really a bad time to be asking me that. I think you will intuitively know, Giggle. I really do. I think you'll know. I don't think it's going to really, how do I put it? You intuitively will know. Babies. About contacting. Yeah, I know. Bye. Yes, I did say it. You can if you wish to. It doesn't matter, but don't have expectation. See, when they're in a karmic situation, look, from a friendship point of view, you can say hello. But yeah, I'm not sure if they're majorly triggered. I mean, I was a bit mentally concerned about my twin, obviously from some things I heard, but it's a 50-50 from a friendship point of view. It's like, what can you do? I mean, we did go through a lot of this on our own spiritually as feminines. And again, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. Do we feel we have power? Well, yes, we do, but for our life. But part of our issue has always been is that we can help. But if they don't want the help, they're not going to take it. you could send up thinking of you. Okay? It is, but if you're coming from an integral place and it is purely, hey, I'd like to say hi, I hope you're taking care of yourself. That's a bit different, you know, Derek. That's integrity. You're being respectful to the connection, and it isn't from a point of view of an expectation. You will know who your twin is. I don't do that. You will know who your twin is. I have far too many clients that I give readings to and tune into their very heavy lives. They'll be the heavy ones, odd 6. They'll be the ones that you can't get out of your mind. They're really heavy, doll. What was that? No, I have few urges to contact him any longer. Yeah, well, look, from a control, that's okay, doll. From a control point of view, like, if you're relaxed enough and you're not worried about it and you feel their energy, you can white light them. And I mean, spiritually speaking, from a humanitarian point of view, yeah, of course. But if you're healing and you've had real heavy things happen to you, you need to really, that's okay. Thanks, Sarah. You need to just really get grounded, you know, and trust in the process. But a lot of you are going to get really triggered in the week. I mean, if you can feel the energy now, it's amping up. It's going to get heavy. Things can become quite complicated depending on how complicated the masculine's life is. So many of you are going to have to be grounded and really disconcerned between what to do in those connections, because there are people from the past are coming back. You do need to get ready for that. And I do feel some of them will be quite beaten and broken. That's another thing. Depending on who your masculine is, if they have a huge habit, which is not really huge habit of isolating themselves, I feel they're coming to a place where they are isolating themselves a little bit too much. Self-sabotaging a little bit too much. They need to be very careful. It's probably safe for them to be there, Sarah, trust me. Helps process, right? It really helps them kind of get away from the clutter, you know, and the benefit many times is that they can get counseling. How many kids do you have, Sunflower Girl? That's where the energy's at, though, love. It's don't get triggered by it. Hey, remember, that's another thing that has been coming up. Oh God, what's the chakra? I've got to think of it now. See, I'm so tired. A lot of the chakras connected to sexuality and childhood are coming up. A lot of masculines or feminines may be experiencing a larger trigger point connected to abuse if you have endured abuse at childhood or connected to anywhere in your life. That is going to be coming up as well in a point of a trigger. So be mindful of that. And if you are needing support, come through and I'll give you a hand. Yeah, well, the sexual energy, yes, but it can be of a negative nature as well. It doesn't have to be just the positive. It can be negative or positive because we're receiving both. So if any of you are having triggers connected to that, it can be directly connected to your masculine. You're back again. Welcome. So manifestation of money is positive now, providing you're focused, which is going to be quite complicated. So if you're needing to work and you're needing to really be creative and look at different ways you can do things, moving through to the following month, like kind of manifesting them or putting the groundwork down, now is a very good time to start doing that. And I probably should go to bed because I'll have to get up and walk soon. Welcome, Janelle. How are you? Yeah, they are very heavy, energetic times. Go for it. But like I said, guys, if any of you, yes, it is. If any of you are thinking of a style of video you want me to do, just email me on the website. Don't forget to go ahead and look at that video if you've got time or you're interested. There's a song that I had in a sense of a download connected to masculine energy. And remember, these energies, females or males, will have similar energies, even if you're not a twin, but it will be heavier so within the twin flame. Okay, guys, I'll love you and leave you. And if you are wanting a psychic reading, you can go through to the website. That's okay, Sarah. Anytime, doll. So if you are, if you're wanting a private booking, you can come through to the website. I've got different styles. I am at some point going to put time frames on there, time conversions, and I will be getting a clock for my office. So if someone says, what time will that be, Yildiz, I can actually do the time conversion. So if you are really confused, there is an app on the website. You can actually click on it. It'll take you away. Otherwise, you can email me and I'll try and give you a hand with that. Look after yourselves, guys. Try to keep grounded with the bubble wrap. Okay, lovelies. Take care.